everybody, it's Kelly with Kellyscards.ca, and I'm glad you could join me for the second card in this card kit series. This is Everyday Card Kit 3. For the second card here, I picked more of a male theme. This is a really wonderful image with these deer. This could be a father card, any type of male card. It is a great outdoor card. There's many themes that this card could fit. So there's many elements in this card, and to start out, I think what we'll do is we will start layering this together, and I'm just going to use some vintage photo distress ink, and I'm just going to ink all the way around this image just to add some distressed brown all the way around. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this orange piece just to give it a little bit of a color change on the edge. Just like so. Now when it layers it up, it's not as bright and it looks better. So first things, what I'm going to do is take my ATG gun, and I'm just going to start adhering around the image onto the orange circle, and I'm just going to try to... So you'll note a pattern of squares. What I want to do is I want to line that up so that's nice and straight, and then I'm going to put my deer image on top so it's all nice and straight. Just like so. Now that this is on there, I can add it to my black mat, which I've die cutted with this set of My Favorite Things stitched circle stacks. I really like this set. So I was about to use my ATG gun, and luckily it ran out of adhesive. As I stated in the first video, I've been trying to use up all the adhesive because this is such a big machine, while this little Xyron, which is excellent, is so much smaller. So I'm going to use now the Xyron to continue adding onto this circle. And what I'm going to do is add it right centered onto this black mat. Just like so. And there, now that's all nice and adhered. So that's one part of this card. Now there's a lot of layering in this card, and I like all the colors. They work so well with this image. And a lot of times we have, I don't want to say gloomy papers, but greens like this that we may not use, or browns and such, and you can work it together if you color your image to be with those colors. So to start out, what I'm going to do is take this apart like so. And the first thing we're going to do is adhere this piece onto this piece. So please distress this edge before you put it on to this piece. So again, I'm just going to use my little Xyron and put some adhesive on the back. I'm just going to put this near the bottom, not quite to the bottom, but close enough. And I'm just going to make sure it's nice and straight. If you have a grid mat like I do, you can use it to help line things up. Now that that's on there, I'm going to distress the whole outside of this mat, like so. Now from here, we are going to want to know where this piece goes. We're going to put it here, and the orange piece here. This will come up, and this piece will come on top. So to take this thick black cord, it's not quite twine, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it around, and I'm not going to place it anywhere specific. I'm just going to tie it like this. You kind of use your fingers to help you out. And then once you've done that, you want to make sure there's a little bit of slack. We can tie our bow. And now that we've got this down, we can start deciding where we want to add this. So to start out this part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to distress this piece here, this orange piece again, just to go around like so. And it really does add some little bit of texture and dimension to your card when you do ink up the edges. And I'm going to do this edge as well. And even though this is brown paper, you can kind of see there's a slight color difference towards the edge. And we're almost around the other side here. And there we go. So first thing is what we're going to do is we're going to put this orange piece down onto the brown piece. So we're going to do that right now. And we're going to just make sure that it is nice and straight. Again, if you have a grid, you can use your lines to line it up. Like so. And now we can put this whole piece onto the black card mat. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to center this and put it down. Now if you notice, I got a little bit of adhesive on the edge and I'm just going to rub that off. And this is another reason why I like the Xyron runner. I guess the ATG one does it too, but you can just rub a little extra adhesive off. If you get any onto your papers, you can just rub it off and then it comes off so easy. So now that we've done this piece, we can start to put the whole thing together. And what we want to do is make sure we want to know exactly where we want this bow before we actually adhere this piece down. So I'm going to bring this in, and this is going to sit on top like so. And then we'll put the image in, and maybe we'll have the image over top, so we'll need to slide this cord just down a little bit, and then this is going to go over top. Like that. So now that I've got my bow where I want it, I'm going to take these pieces off and I'm just going to take a little bit of tape and I'm going to tape it down so it won't move, because we don't want this to move and to become uncentered. We want it to lay exactly where it is now. And now we'll go ahead and adhere this piece right down to this black card base. Like that. So we've got our black card base like this. Feel free to open it up if it makes it easier to line things up. And we're just going to put this right down. Like that. We're just going to make sure it's on there nice. And now this piece is going to come on and it's going to slide under here. So we're going to adhere this piece now. And we are going to decide where we want this orange stripe. Do we want it over here, like this, or do we want it over here? And I think I'm going to have it over here because I like how the orange brightens up these duller colors. Just like that. And then when the image comes in, you can see that it's going to add a little bit of brightness. Now before we put this down, we're going to bring in our two little fern leaves that I have cut, and we're going to decide where we want to put them. And we don't want them sticking beyond here or they're going to get crushed in our envelope. So maybe like this would look nice. Just like that. So I'm going to keep these here. And you have a couple different options. You can adhere them right to the paper, or you can use a little tape. And I think I'm going to use tape because I don't want, again, that adhesive to come off. So I'm just going to make sure they're exactly where I want. And then I'm going to put the tape down and I'm going to check it. And I definitely like where that is. So now that the tape is down, I'm just going to do a little bit more on top just to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. And again, we don't want to see that tape, so we don't want to start taping up here. But now that that's there, this is looking really good. So now that that is on, I'm actually going to take a little Tombow Multi Glue and I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to these leaves at the back so they don't move on the card. Just a little bit, just a few little dots, not a lot of glue because you don't want the glue creating all this shine on your card. So I'm just going to hold this down while it dries. There we go. And I like that these come up, so I don't want to adhere the ends down. I like the way that looks. So now I'm going to bring in this image, and as always, I am going to pop it up. And again, we'll just keep putting the adhesive squares on like so. So now that I've got the adhesive off, I'm going to lay this on top of the cord. And I love how this looks. The bow adds a little bit of decoration, but it's not too girly to this card, but it adds something to this card. And I'm just going to make sure that that's the same. And that finishes up card number 2 in this card kit series. Again, I really love this card. This is just a great card for a man. You can use it for Father's Day or birthdays, or just thanking somebody that you know, or somebody that likes hunting or the outdoors. This card has so many purposes, and again, I'm not putting a sentiment on this card so that it can be open for a variety of things that you might need. So I hope you enjoyed this card. Please check out the remaining cards in the series as well as card number 1, and I thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great day.